Hi everyone. So this is just a brief video on what's going to go on with the project options for this week, and also what is going on with the test as well. So this week you have a couple of options that you're going to get to look at and choose. Those videos of exactly what's expected for the projects that I'm offering are below this video and with that specific project. So you can see that and kind of watch the video and decide what you want to do. Or after we talk in Class Connect, you can decide what you want to do too. So for this week, you have a couple options of what you are going to be working on. So number one is everyone is going to be required to take the Fahrenheit 451 assessment. It's not an option, it's required. If you choose not to do it, it will be a 0. So it will be zeroed out for you if you choose not to do it. So do it, not an option. Read the book completely and then take the assessment. The next thing that you have is, so I struggle with this a lot because we originally only had one project that I was offering, and then the other was an extra credit opportunity. And with the amount of reading that we're doing and the test, and I'm giving you a separate option if you choose to do that other than the Fahrenheit 451 menu project. So basically this is what you have the choice of. So there are two projects. One is the Fahrenheit 451 menu project, and the other is the generational interview project. I will tell you, one of these is way more in depth than the other. So the generational project is worth less points. It's only worth 25 points, and it's a lot smaller. The Fahrenheit 451 menu project is worth 60 points, and it is a lot more in depth. However, it's a lot more creative and interesting, I will say, than the other one. So you have the option of doing one or the other, or if you would like to do both, you can do both. It's totally up to you. I will tell you, for those of you who may be behind on points, if a project is something that you would rather do, you may be able to help build up more points for yourself. If you happen to want to choose only one, that's fine. So what I will be doing is there are going to be no due dates. There is a due date for both of them, but there's not going to be a due date attached to the assignment because one is optional, right? If you choose to do the generational interview, then the other one is optional, or vice versa. So just because there's not a due date attached to it doesn't mean that there's not a due date for these projects, right? So the due date for the project will be on that Friday, right? So what's going to happen is if you choose to do both, that's great, but understand that both are getting graded how I would normally grade, right? So if you choose to do the Fahrenheit 451 project, menu project, and you don't do it well, you're going to get graded as if you happen to get a D on it, you're going to get a D. You're not getting extra credit because you chose to do it, or you're not getting extra points, or if you're doing it, you're actually going to do the assignment or do both, right? So I will be zeroing out one of those assignments if for some reason you choose not to do anything. So let's say you're like, I'm not doing the Fahrenheit 451 menu project and I'm not doing the generational interview. If you choose to not do either, I will zero out the one with the least amount of points, and that would be the generational interview. The other assignment will not be zeroed out, right? So if you choose to do the Fahrenheit 451 menu project, but you're like, you know what, I don't want to do the generational interview, I just don't have time, or it's not interesting to me, then what's going to happen is you're going to get the grade for the generational interview, and I will not zero out that assignment for you, right? I'm not, since you did the one, I will not be zeroing out the other. You have the option to not do that. So it'll just stay blank in your gradebook. Basically, that's how it's going to work. So, and I'm going to explain this a little bit more in Class Connect, and I know it may seem a little confusing now, but know that whatever you choose to do for that assignment, the other assignment, if you choose not to do it, if you choose to do one and not the other, it will not be held against you if you choose not to do the second assignment, right? But no, if you do choose to do both, you have to give an honest effort and really try on both, right? It's not something that you're just going to hand in and take 2 minutes to do because you're going to not get a great grade on it. So, all right. So again, this week, the test, everyone's doing it. The second thing, you're picking one project or the other. You're picking either the Fahrenheit 451 menu project, or you're picking the generational interview, or you're doing both. Totally up to you. You can do one or the other, or you can do both, right? And that's it. So if you have any questions, please let me know. I know that was a lot of information, may have been a little confusing, but hopefully, if you have questions, bring those to Class Connect.